Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're putting together a comprehensive guide to fighting cancer. We're going to cover prevention, some really cutting-edge science on diet, and the incredibly important human side of care. So let's just jump right in with a question that's probably on a lot of our minds. It's a really concerning trend that health experts have been flagging. Colorectal cancer, for example, is now literally twice as common in people under 50. And we're also seeing the average age for breast and lung cancer diagnoses begin to drop. It's a huge signal that something fundamental is shifting in our world. And this quote, right here, is really our starting point. It comes from Ramatha Bodhi Hospital, and honestly, it's incredibly empowering. It totally reframes the conversation, because while we all know genetics can play a part, this tells us that the vast majority of risk factors are tied to our daily habits and our environment. And you know what that means? It means we have way more control than we might think. Okay, so what exactly are these lifestyle factors? Let's break down some of the most common behaviors that are known to increase our risk. What's so striking when you look at this list is how familiar it all is. Health experts point to these same culprits again and again. These aren't some exotic, rare things. They're everyday habits that, when they add up over years and years, can quietly stack the odds against us. But this isn't just about avoiding bad things. What if we could use our diet as an active strategy, a tool in the fight against cancer? Well, the science is pointing toward a fascinating and really powerful approach: fasting. And this is the key scientific idea behind it all. It's called differential stress resistance, or DSR. Just think of it like this. When you introduce a major stressor to your body, like not eating for a while, your cells react. But, and this is the crucial part, healthy cells and cancer cells react in completely opposite ways. And this chart just illustrates that difference so brilliantly. When you fast, your healthy cells go into this protective bunker mode. They hit pause on dividing, they ramp up self-repair, they basically build a fortress to wait out the hard times. This makes them way more resilient, especially to treatments like chemotherapy. Cancer cells, though, they're wired for one thing and one thing only: endless, aggressive growth. They can't stop. So they just frantically search for fuel, and that desperation leaves them weakened and totally exposed. Now, this crazy need for fuel is linked to something called the Warburg effect. To put it simply, cancer cells are absolute sugar fiends. They are addicted to it. They burn through glucose like crazy to fuel their rapid growth. So here's the kicker. When you fast, you cut off their primary fuel line. You take away their sugar. This forces them to try and use a different energy source, one that actually creates these self-destructive byproducts that weaken them from the inside out. So the big question is, how long does it take to get these powerful effects going? Well, according to research that Dr. Tanya highlights, a continuous fast of at least 48 hours seems to be the sweet spot. That's what it takes to really start starving those cancer cells and significantly boost the effectiveness of treatments like chemo. And here comes the reality check. A 48-hour water-only fast is a massive challenge for a healthy person. Now imagine trying to do that while you're going through the incredible physical and emotional strain of cancer treatment. It's just not practical for most people. The science is great, but putting it into practice is extremely difficult. This is where the science gets really clever and practical. Researchers knew this was a problem, so they developed a much more manageable approach, one that gives you the benefits of a long fast, but without the complete food deprivation. It's called the fasting mimicking diet, or FMD, and the genius of it is that you actually get to eat, but the composition of the food, very low in calories and protein but high in healthy fats, is specifically designed to trick your body into thinking it's fasting. So you get all those cellular benefits like lower glucose and higher ketones without the extreme hardship of a water-only fast. So here's what the protocol generally looks like. It's a 5-day cycle, and you usually just do it once a month. The focus is on plant-based foods, with healthy fats from things like avocados and nuts becoming your main energy source. The real breakthrough here is just how doable this is. 5 days a month is a sustainable strategy that people can actually integrate alongside their conventional medical treatments. And I have to stop here and stress this point because it is the most critical one of all. Dr. Tani makes this crystal clear. No diet, FMD included, can cure cancer on its own. It is a powerful supplemental tool. It's designed to work with standard medical care, chemo, surgery, radiation, to help make those treatments more effective and hopefully reduce some of the side effects. It's a team player, not a replacement. But of course, the fight against cancer isn't just a battle of cells and diets happening in a lab somewhere. It's a deeply, deeply human journey. It involves mental strength, quality of life, and it involves the unsung heroes in this whole story, the caregivers. This powerful insight comes from Dr. Prakatip, who is a physician but also found herself in the role of primary caregiver for her mother. Her message is so simple but so vital. You cannot pour from an empty cup. A caregiver looking after their own physical and mental health isn't being selfish. It's absolutely essential if they're going to provide sustainable, loving care. And her journey really highlights this bigger, more holistic approach. It's about remembering that there is still life happening beyond the diagnosis. It's about finding joy in a favorite meal or a simple walk outside. It's making sure there's proper nutrition, especially enough protein to maintain strength. It's staying active, not forgetting routine things like a dental checkup. It's about creating a life that is still full of dignity, connection, and joy every single day. Dr. Prakatip just summarizes her whole philosophy so beautifully with this motto. You've got these 4 pillars: love, knowledge, understanding, and hope. They really form the foundation of compassionate and effective care, not just for the patient, but for the entire support system that's around them. So as we bring all these threads together, prevention, scientific innovation, and this deep, compassionate care, it leaves us with one final and I think crucial question. Being prepared for our health isn't just about how we react when a crisis hits. It's about proactively building our foundation today through our daily habits, our financial and emotional readiness, and our understanding of the science that can empower us. The real question is, how are you preparing?